Hey, everybody, welcome to our next session at the World Urban Parks Congress 2020. Thank you so much for connecting and being part of this Congress. Your participation is key and critical to a successful event. And the fact that we've been able to do this virtually is a testament to all the hard work of our great staff and you as members and supporters of our parks throughout the world. So we hope that you have found and are finding the Congress to be meaningful, that you've been engaging with our Whova app and finding it fun and playful, while also being informative and really helping to connect people throughout the world as collectively we work hard to make parks better for everyone. Today we're going to hear from our speaker, Alberto Ipas, who is the founder of Ocio en Verde. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about his background, and then we'll get into his presentation in just a short bit. So Alberto Ipas is now an international park consultant working throughout the world, managing big parks and international leisure projects in different companies and in different countries. His work really focuses around ecological and public-private management. So today, he's going to talk to us about how we can sort of make parks more fun with less money. What a great idea. And how to advance even in times of shrinking budgets, which couldn't be more applicable to park agencies throughout the world. His ideas on innovation and creativity and fun and his best practices are going to set the stage for our discussion coming up in just a few seconds here. So want to thank Alberto for being with us today. And again, want to really thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you'll find some new next and best practices and really welcome you. And thank you so much for being here. So enjoy our Congress.
Hello, everybody. Hello, buenos días desde España. Hello from Spain. Okay, we're going to talk about the public and private parks collaboration. We're going to see an example of how a big park have joined a lot of public and private collaboration. And we will see if you have some tips that might be useful for you. Okay, so here we go. And we're going to see how it's going to be. Okay, it's a shame we are not in Albania. We'd like to be there. Knowing a lot of people. Shame now is the pandemic area. Okay, so let's start. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's me, Alberto Ipas again, and we started. Okay, I come from Zaragoza, Spain, which is the fifth city in Spain, the fifth city big, and it's between Madrid and Barcelona. It's in the northeast. We have a Mediterranean weather, which is quite hot in summer and, well, not very cold in winter. Okay, northeast. And we had something very important in the city. It was the Expo, the International Expo of Zaragoza, year 2008. That was a very big event. It's like a kind of an Olympic Games, but in the cultural way. And it long for 3 months. And it was more than 6-7 million visitors that we have in only those that time. So everything was built new. And apart from the Expo Exhibition Center, they built a very big park, okay? It's called the Parque del Agua. And where was this? That was in the one side of the city, which is not very close to the houses. It's not surrounded by suburbs. It's surrounded by River Ebro, which is one of the most important in Spain. The River Ebro divides the city in two, and this is the beginning of the city with the river. Okay, there's 700,000 inhabitants in the city. And this is a picture of the city, and you can see the river, which is dividing the city in two. It's a very flat city. There is no mountains around, and this is before the Expo was built. That's year 2005. And over there was nothing. There was just old agriculture up and down, not really nothing of use of the city. So they make plans or make something attractive. Okay, this is more or less for you to take an idea of how was the place that was not very good. And all the riverbank was up and down, and there was very few things to be done there. And now there is nice buildings. It's a nice area for the city. More than 5,000 people, they work there right now, and used to be nothing there. You can see the riverbank, and it was very bad conditions in that time. That was in the year 2005, and this is now, or in the year 2008, that was almost the same. Okay, now the city is going to build a very big park for the town. Okay, but when they have several main goals. Okay, we need to reduce the maintenance budget, because I think that the city is not going to have a lot of money to keep all this park. Okay, we need to make the park attractive, otherwise the people will not go there because there is no people living around. Okay, and the park is very big. Then you need to look for new incomes, because the park by itself, it cannot, with the public money, cannot grow and cannot be maintained. And as well, we need to give like a better service to the people that they live in Zaragoza, and it's in a better way, and let's build a nice park. Okay, so I'm going to place a video. Let me see if you can see it. So it's in Spanish, but you're going to make an idea of what's going on. Okay, so very easy.
¿Conoces ya del agua de Zaragoza? El Parque del Agua es un enorme espacio natural que se inauguró en 2008 junto al recinto de la Expo de Zaragoza. Es un gran parque urbano de acceso gratuito y de más de 2 kilómetros de punta a punta, del tamaño de 150 campos de fútbol. Dispone de 1.200 plazas de parking gratuitas, aunque te recomendamos que uses el transporte público. La mitad de los zaragozanos tiene el Parque del Agua a menos de 25 minutos paseando desde su casa. Dentro de este pulmón verde encontrarás multitud de actividades para todos los públicos. Además tienes una infinidad de caminos, canales y rincones para correr, entrenar, pasear, navegar o ir en bici. Puedes perderte en sus sotos, dar un paseo a caballo o tomar el sol en sus playas. Hay más de 30 actividades diferentes para todas las edades y gustos, para pequeños y grandes, para divertirte solo o en familia. Además, el parque cuenta con los más exigentes protocolos medioambientales y ha recibido varios premios. Parque del Agua de Zaragoza, un parque, una ciudad, un mundo.
Okay, that's the park for you, more or less, to have an idea of how it was in Spanish, but I think that more or less you get the idea. Okay, this is the park. You can see a map, and every little number that you see here, it's an activity that you can do in the park. So all the park is full of activity. Otherwise, it will not be attractive. And it's those activities that you have seen on the video. Okay, so here, every 100 and 150 meters, you will find something to be done. The park is quite big. It's 2 kilometers from one side to the other one. And how did we make it? Okay, here is a picture of one piece of the park, which is not nice, as you can see. This is after the construction, there was not enough money, and we just leave this area like that. So we have no money, and we think that if we do something, it's going to cost more than 100,000 euros here to plant and to put trees and lamps and things like that. And okay, say, okay, we need to find somebody. We need to find somebody, tell him to come to the park, sign a contract, and make a nice activity here. But public money is not going to put a single euro here. So that was one of the things. So we were looking for things to be done there. And finally, we decide and we find like it's an activity of agility, which is dog training. There is a couple of dog trainers in Zaragoza. There's some more, but some of them, they were interested because they were looking a place that you have a free parking, surrounded by trees, nice area. So here you have a nice activity. How much did the city council pay? Nothing. And which activities you have? Okay, you have plenty of activity, and now you have the trainers there, and then you have a couple of workers, and then you have people that they go in a place that nobody used to go. Another activity, for example, this is another area. We had about 1 hectare in the north of the park. Nobody go there, which is not nice, no trees. we need to do something. What do we do? Okay, we were thinking about, okay, what can make people go here? And we find a solution which was like renting vegetable gardens. We put like an activity, and it's very popular now. It's full of people, and we have 210 vegetable gardens. The people rent it. These small gardens, 30, 40, 50 square meters, but enough for somebody to have fun and then to have some vegetables. And then we have even contests there. This a few days ago, and people with lettuces, tomatoes, and a lot of things here. And the kids, they used to come here and they get involved with the gardens. Adults as well. We teach them how to cultivate their own little farm. We sell flowers and we sell plants, and as well they have barbecues, and as well something very important, we have free toilets. So anybody that is walking around the park can come here and just can go to a free toilet. And this facilities is given by a private activity. So that's a good idea. Another one, in a Sun Adventure Park, we had a place with some big trees. The teenagers go, the families go, there was nothing to do. Okay, we make an adventure park. And this adventure park, it's 7,000 square meters, and now there is activities to be done there. So it's another way. Before they used to cost money to maintain, so the council, now it costs zero, and then you could pay a rent every month. Other activity, which is okay, we have a lake. In the lake in summer it's quite hot, but we do not use for nothing. Okay, we think we can do something there, and we put an inflate park for fun. They love it, the teenagers love it, and it's open between 3.5 months per year. So if we have the water and we have the people, let's make activities, and these people, they pay a rent to be here. Other one, we have rafting and kayaking, because we have a wide water canal, and these activities, they are not just for fun for the weekends. Sometimes we ask the firemen, the army, and different activities that they, instead of going to a river in the mountains to do practice, which is more dangerous. If an accident occurred, they do not have an ambulance, they have problems with the mobile here. They have a hospital 5 minutes away, they have the taxi, they have the bathroom, they have the mobile, they have the office, and it's very easy to do practice, and for the professional the athletes as well. Okay, another activity, we have the canals, and we have, okay, let's do some renting, kayak renting. It's very safe, there is no wind, there is no current, there are no branches, there are no things like that, and there is no the places are not very deep. So it's a place for the teenagers and the family to have the first contact with a kayak, which is very, very, very safe. Okay, another activity, we have an urban beach. Okay, we have plenty of water that we clean it, and we'll show you later how do we clean it. And then we have a nice area, and we have like pools for the people to get baths there. But instead of putting normal grass, we have sand from the beach, and then with palm trees, and it's a very nice area. So here you can do these things during the day and even during the night, and activities like beach volley, tennis volley, handball, football, and activities. 100 of people, they join every summer, which is a very nice area because it's different of the other ones. You have the sand and you have the palm trees, and you make something different. And at night you have very nice terraces. You have a lake, you have the palm trees, you have, okay, now let's make a nice gardens with a nice terrace and kiosk, and the people can have and they do parties. And because there is no people sleeping next to this place, you can put music, and it's not annoying to anybody, which is a good idea. Other activity, we have the paddle and football pitches. We have 11,000 square meters. Okay, what do? We need to plant trees, and we need to put lamps, etc. Okay, we give it to somebody. These people is going to make activities, and with these activities we are going to make fun. We're going to make as well more attractive the park to the people. Another one, mini golf. Okay, it's very simple for families, for kids, and we put it next to the kids area. So I mean, you have a lot of area for free for the kids, but sometimes you can come here and play paying a small fee. Okay, other activity, for example, we have an urban spa, a gymnasium, very big, and all the water that this gymnasium uses, they clean it and they pass it to the park, and we irrigate the park with this water, so we do not waste water. So this is a good activity. It was one of the conditions to make the park. Okay, you are going to use water, but that water is going to be used normally to irrigate a little golf court which is next to this place, which is this one. Okay, at the very beginning, you can play at night as well. So we have activity at night during the for the park, which have lights and is more safe and more secure. And now you can see that was at the very beginning, that the place was with natural grass. Now we have changed it into artificial grass, so we do not need water over there, because climate is changing. We need to save water, and we put in this area artificial grass. Other activity, okay, all these activities, what they have bring to the park in money, more than 50 million euros in private invest. That means that if this invest needs to be paid by public investment, will not be enough money. We didn't have enough money to finish the park, so that we bring private activities to the park, that they pay money to be there, paying a rent, and they pay money to make the invest, and they have a long term, about 20-25 years to get back the money. After that time, all those facilities, they go back to the council, will be public. They cannot sell it. It's public place, and they cannot sell it. They can just be there running an activity for several years. Okay, so, and as well, it's important for us, how do we look after the gardens? And there's 3 ways. First of all, is like the yellow one that you can see here. There is about 30 hectares. That is the wild area. We do almost very few things. We don't even put gardeners there, and we use it in a very we leave it that the nature manage itself. We only irrigate a little bit, and that's it. Then we have the green areas. That, of course, the green areas, we look after it, and we clean it, and we do all the gardening. And then we have the gray areas that you can see here are areas that they are maintained by private properties. That means that the council do not pay for that, and it's a lot of money that you do not waste in this one. So all the gray area is private activities that they pay their own maintenance. Okay, so this is the next to the forest of the park, which is about 30% is the natural area, very low maintenance. Here we do very few things. One of the things quite peculiar, we had a flock of sheep. They come 4 times a year, and they take advantage of all this grass. Here we have a very good grass, and the grass start growing, so this might be danger in the summer if a cigarette, or we have, like, for example, a fire in the summer. So because we have all the sheep, they eat all this grass, and the sheep, they cut the grass very good, so they cut it very plain. So there's no, if we have goats, that will be different. So that we do not have goats, we just have sheep that they cut the grass very good, and they come 4 times a year. Every time that the grass grows a little bit, they come. That means that we do not put gardeners there, and we do not put heavy machine. That heavy machine, when we put it, hit the trees and makes more damage in the area. So we make it in this way. Okay, we have as well the public garden, which is, we have a normal maintenance, very basic. And as well, we have some other ones that it could be, it's like a bird island. We have an island in the middle of the park, and it's 7,000 square meters, but it used to be that almost nobody get there. You can only get there through a bridge, and we need to put lamps, we need to put furniture, we need to, and then the teenagers, they come and they start drinking and they throw littering, and they say, okay, we need to do something. First of all, this is an area, the park is very big, we're going to close it, nothing happened. It's only 7,000 square meters. And with all recycled material, wood, things like that, we make nice places for the birds. So in that moment, we close, we cultivate them like a fruit for the wild fruit for different birds, for lizards as well. So it's like a small sanctuary, and now it's a lot of birds that come to breed because nobody annoys them. There's no light, there is no noise, and they are in the middle of the park, and they breed a lot of different kind of birds during the whole year. It's only they are allowed to go there, professionals, people from bird watching, things like that. Okay, as well, we do a biological fight. We do not use any chemical product. And with, for example, things like ladybug, we put little boxes in them with 10 ladybugs inside, and they start spreading around and they eat all the annoying insects. And next to the terraces, we have boxes of bat houses. Okay, so the bats, they are there, and then they come at night and they eat plenty of mosquitoes. So we do not use any chemical product. We have as well insects hotels next to the vegetable gardens, and those ones, they are quite useful, and we have 3 or 4 all around the park. Okay, how do we do with the water system? Is we take water from the river Ebro, and then we do a waterfall with air, then we put the water that is stuck and without any movement, so all the solids, they go down, they will filter with gravels and with plants, and we put it back to the river one more time, with the water more clean at the beginning. So we are ecological in the way. For example, this is the water before and this is after, and this is when it has been clean in the park, and without any chemical products, we make it clean, and the water inside the park is clean. Okay, and what do we do with, for example, all that mud, slime that we collect in the first lake? We are with that one there, and we pick it up every 3-4 years, something like that. We put it out we pump it in a truck. We put it in the grass here, drying and aerating. And when we store it and we mix it with some vegetable sand and vegetable pieces, and then we mix it, and then we put it back to the park again. So we close the circle, and is very biological. As well, we have some in vegetable gardens, and we plant like a museum in the open air, lettuce, onion, zucchini, olives, things like that, and the people can see while they are growing. And on Friday we pick it up and we give it for free for the people. As well, we have bird watching activities, and a lot of people, they come and they do this activity because there are plenty of birds since we have made the park. Okay, we have another activity, for example, that could be like the horses, and the horses is good because they look after a big area. It costs €0 for the council. Public investment is 0, and these people, they have invest money and they pay a rent. They pay a rent, which is good for the park. And as well, we use the horse manure to fertilize our own garden, which is a good idea. Another activity to get money is quite strange, and we use the park to place a lot of spots. This is we have spots from different films and from cars, commercials, things like that, and they pay a rent for every 2-3 days that they're staying there. And they have been doing films from Bollywood. This is a very popular film from Bollywood that they came here, and we were so proud. So we have different things, and all these people, they do publicity and they pay money, so it's good for us as well. Activities like big races. We gather 3,000-4,000 people, no problem, because they are here, and then there are plenty. They are running in the gardens, and we have for the athletes these little marks in the floor that you can see. The blue and the orange, very easy, very simple. It's just metal. We put it there, and it marks like a 10-kilometer circuit, and you are in the kilometer number 3, and the other one is 5 kilometers, and you are in the kilometer 4.5. And this is very, very low maintenance. It has been there for 6 years and no maintenance at all. Okay, we have special events. Sometimes they are crowded, but it's like 1 week a year, and it's 200,000 visitors. And in all this area, we put it where they do not collapse the grass or the trees, things like that. And we gather all these people, and a lot of people know the park in these special events. So it's the local parties. So all these things that we have done, how is the final score, the final result? In Spain, the average to keep the maintenance of a park is around 2.6 euros per square meter per year, more or less. This number might be different, of course, will be different in every single country. But with all these activities, instead of paying 2.6 euros a square meter per year in the park, we pay less than 1.5. It's almost 50% less with all these things that we have been doing. So that's one of the good things about the collaboration between the public and the private. What are those benefits? Okay, you give a lot of private jobs inside the park. There is a lot. There is, it says here 150, but right now there are more than 200 different jobs. The people getting involved, for example, a waiter from a local bar that is inside our park fills the park themselves. So if this waiter sees somebody annoying, somebody doing vandalism, whatever, immediately they call us, and the things we fix it immediately. So, and the park is more safe, and it's more, well, they have much more publicity, and things like, for example, street lights, all the 200 street lights, they are paid by private, not by public. There's less vandalism than in the rest of the cities and the rest of the parts of the city. Okay, so this is more or less an idea for you to have an idea of how will be cost, what will be the cost without the public and private, and with the private and private. So it's 1.8 million. So more or less, even if they pay the 25% of the budget for example, of this park, but there are many other models. The thing is that they are paying a lot of, they are paying some fee, rent, and they are paying the local maintenance. So you have a lot of savings and you have a lot of benefits with this activity. So that is the, I mean, more or less, the park right now, it's around €1 a square meter, more or less, with all these activities that you do, which is one of the good things about doing these things. And they say, okay, when you do all these things, the quality of the park is going down, not because you do not look after the things. No, absolutely the other way around. This park is the park of Spain that have more awards, more prizes in the whole history of Spain, in international architecture for design. And for example, the Green Globe, the AENOR Green Flag Award of first park in Spain, local activities, and for the World Urban Parks, we have the Bronze Award in 2018. So there is a lot of quality in all behind all these things. How many people they work in the park? Not a lot. Okay, only for all these parks that you have seen, with almost 130 or 140 hectares, 29 workers, and that it's counting every single people, from the people from the office, from the people from the water, from the people from the gardeners. So 29 people, which is not a lot. Okay, which other parts they do? I mean, examples like this, they are all around the world. Normally they are in big parks. And I will tell you a couple of ones that I have visited really nice. In La Mexicana in Mexico, for example, they do something like that. Or in Central Park, that I think that a lot of people know it already. They have a lot of activities. So This is how we have been doing a park in a city that has a very large park and wants to do new activities. And okay, we have improved in something, we have to need to improve in other ones, but I think that there is some ideas that might be useful in some other parks of the world. So I give you a big hug from Spain. I wish that the next time we could be all together. And bye bye, adiós from Zaragoza, España. Bye bye. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Chao.